Hello, my dear learners. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good. So here I welcome you all in your computer class. In this class, we will start chapter number first of your book. And the name of the chapter is Input, Output and Storage Devices. The name of the chapter is very interesting. That means in this chapter, in this class, we will see about input devices. In the previous classes also, in the first, second, third class, we already discussed what is input devices, what is output devices, what is storage devices. In this class also we will see this thing, but in depth, because now you all are comes in class 4th. So in class 4th you have to read each and everything in depth. Okay, so we will see the things that we already studied in the previous classes. We study these topics in depth. So we will see first, my dear children, what is input devices? What are the input devices that are there? What are the output devices? Okay, and their uses. And then last, what is a storage device? What are the storage devices that is there? Okay, so these are the three things that we have to cover in this class. This chapter is very interesting, very knowledgeable chapter. So, are you ready to understand this chapter? So, let's start. Let's start this class. Chapter number first, input, output and storage devices. Now, your friend is here. So, hi, I am Marvin. Hello, friends. In our previous class, we learned that a computer is an electronic machine that helps us to perform many tasks. We all know computer is an electronic device. They help us to do lots of tasks. Okay, so it operates in an input, process and output cycle. So there should be input, output and process cycle. It takes input, process it and provide result in the form of output. Okay, so let's learn more about it. So let's learn more about all these things. Okay, so one by one, slowly, we will see all these things in detail. Okay, so a computer system. What is a computer system? So a computer system is a set of integrated devices that perform input, output, processes and store data and information. So in the computer system, they perform input, output, process and they also help us to store your information. These devices can be categorized as input device, output device, processing device and storage device. So all these four devices comes under computer system. Okay, so let's discuss about all these parts in detail. Let's see. Starting with input devices. So input devices are the component of a computer that enable us to enter data into the computer system. So it help us to enter the data in the computer. So input devices are there, okay, to help to enter your data in the computer. So different devices help us to input data in different forms. Okay, so we can enter your data in the input devices in different forms. For example, there are lots of forms are there. Let's see one by one. First is keyboard. Keyboard is an input device that types text. So with the help of keyboard, we can able to type text. Second is scanner. Scanner are used to scan images. Next is microphone. So microphone used to record your voices. And next is barcode reader. So they read and interpret barcodes. So with the help of barcode reader, we can able to interpret your barcodes. Okay. Next, mouse and stylus. What's that? Stylus, what's that? So they help us to point, click and draw. With the help of mouse and with the help of stylus, we can able to write anything, click anything. Digital cameras, so they take photos. Of course, digital cameras are there. Touch screen, so they select and move an object. Graphic tabs, they draw images with it. So these all are input devices. So one by one, we will have a look on it. Okay, starting with keyboard. This is keyboard. It's looking like this. So a keyboard is an input device that help us to give data and instruction to the computer by typing. So with the help of keyboard, we can enter data. Okay, we can do typing with the help of keyboard. A keyboard usually contains 104 keys. So how many keys are there? 104. These keys are collection of alphabets A to Z, numbers key 0 to 9, functional key F1 to F12, arrow key and other special keys such as control, shift and enter. So these keys is also there in keyboards. So total there are 104 keys. Next, mouse is there. Yes, we can see this type of thing. This is input devices. So the mouse is an input as well as pointing devices. It has two buttons, a scroll wheel and a wire that look like a tail of a real mouse. So they have wire also, black wire that looks like a tail of a mouse. So mouse help us to pointing something on your screen. The button of the mouse are used to control the movement of the pointer on the screen. We can use the mouse to select the object, open a file and folder and draw, paints or some other things we also can do with the help of mouse. But basically by clicking we use the mouse. To draw we use the mouse. To select something we use the mouse. So these are the main things we can do with the help of mouse. Next is scanner. This is scanner. It's used to scan images. So scanner help us to scan printed images, pictures and handwritten text. Nowadays scanners image should be very clear. Okay, so now people are sending images or PDF in a scan format. Okay, so you can scan your images, pages and handwritten text. When a document or image is scanned, it is converted into image, a PDF or other format. Of course, scan image should be converted in any form, in a JPG, in a PDF format, in anywhere. The scanned document can be saved, viewed and edited on a computer. So in that document, we can save it also, edit it also. These days, we can get printers that have inbuilt scanners. So nowadays, the printers come inbuilt scanners. So that create very clear and sharp image. Okay. So that's useful. Now this is very popular, stylus, to write something, the pen, digital pen. So have you ever seen people using a pen-like device on the tab or mobile phones? It is known as stylus. What that? Stylus. Or we can say stylus, anything, whatever you can say. A stylus is an input device used to select or point object on a monitor. So we can, if we want to point something, so we use stylus. We can also draw pictures directly on the screen using the stylus. So with the help of stylus, you can draw anything, you can highlight anything. A stylus is used in a smart board monitors in the school, colleges or offices while giving presentation. So this is also input device. Next is touch screen. Nowadays touch screens are there in the tablets, in the mobile phones. So a touch screen is a computer display that serves as an input device. It allows the user to interact with the computer using the finger or stylus. These days we can use touch screen, mobile monitors, music system, etc. It helps us to select, move an object directly by touching the screen with the help of fingers. So with the help of finger we can touch anything. We can even delete and copy the file directly from the screen. So with the help of touch screen, we can able to do all these things. We can open anything, we can draw anything, we can move anything with the help of your touch. Next is webcam. Nowadays webcam is there. This is webcam. So a webcam, or we can say a web camera, is a camera that connected to the computer. So web camera is there in the computer. So we can connect it to the computer. So it is used to capture images and video. It is used to capture images and videos. We can share these pictures and video with your friends or relatives using the internet. So you can also share with your friends these pictures and videos. We can also use webcam for video conferencing, video chats and etc. We can use. Okay. Now, microphone is also there. This is looking like microphone. So microphone. A microphone is an input device that help us to input sound into the computer. So microphone used to give input in the computer. So the recorded sound can be stored in a digital form. We can also use a microphone to add sound to a multimedia presentation or for mixing music. So we use microphone. How this thing is clear? Okay. Now we will see a chart of it, a small chart that we already discussed. So match the correct pair of input devices. You have to match it. What do you have to do? Match. So let's see how many of you can able to match. Microphone. Let's see. First of all, it transfer the data written on images in the computer system. What's it used to select an object to draw directly on the screen? It used to select. So with the help of what we can able to select? It used in music mixing. Music mixing, we can use microphone. Video conferencing, we use webcam. It is used to give data and instruction to the computer by typing. So it is used keyboard, and it transfer data written on the image in the computer system. And it used to select an object or draw anything. If you draw anything, so you can use stylus. And last, scanner help us to transfer data written on images in the computer screen. This is how we can match. I'm hoping so this much is clear. Now, next thing. Now we will see processing device. Now input devices are clear, like keyboard, like mouse, like microphones. These are the input devices that give input to the computer or your smartphones. Now we will see how these input is processed in the computer. Okay, so the part of a computer responsible for performing calculation and processing tasks are known as processing device. So these devices are very helpful to process it. So the central processing unit, that is CPU, or processor, handles the majority of processing within the computer. So CPU is there in the computer. So CPU manage all the processing that the computer is working on it. So all the processing is done by CPU. Okay. Now we will see what is CPU. So CPU means central processing unit. So a CPU is known as a system unit or a brain of a computer, give instruction to different parts of a computer to perform certain tasks. So they give instruction to each part of the computer, like you have to do this, you have to do this, because CPU is known as a brain of a computer. Very powerful. It does all the work that a user asks the computer to perform and send the result to the output devices. So CPU do all the work. So he or she or whatever we can call, we don't use he and she because CPU is non-living. So they do all the tasks that is very important for the computer. To manage the computer is done by CPU. Okay. Now we will see a CPU further classify into 3 parts. So they have 3 parts also. Let's see one by one what are these 3 parts. First is control unit, that is CU. Control unit is CU. So the control unit control the operations within a computer processor. So they can control all the processors. It lets the computer's logic unit, memory, and both input and output devices know how to respond to instruction received from the user. So who do all these things? CU do. Okay, they will. It lets the computer logic unit, memory, and both input and output device known how to respond. How to respond is managed by CU. Next, arithmetic unit, that is ALU. What does ALU do? So the ALU does all the calculation work. So main function is calculation. So calculation is done by ALU. So the ALU does all the calculation work for the computer. It does both arithmetic and logical calculation. For example, addition, subtraction, comparison, number, identify negative, positive number, etc. Okay. So all the calculation is done by the arithmetic logic unit, that is ALU. Okay. Now third is temporary unit, that is MU. We can say, sorry, third is memory unit, that is MU. Memory. So memory unit does all the storage work for the computer. In the memory unit, all the storage will be kept here. It stores the data temporarily or permanently in the computer system. Of course, storage system is there, so they store the data temporarily or permanently in the computer system. So these are the processing devices. Now we will see output devices. What are output devices? Let's see. the parts of a computer that are used to display result. So the result is displayed by the output devices. So the output is displayed in the form of audio, video, picture, sound, etc. So output is displayed in the form of audio, video and picture format. Let us discuss some output devices of the computer system. Let's see what are the output devices that is there in the computer system. Okay, first is monitor. Monitor, we all know this is monitor. So a monitor is also called a visual display unit, that is VDU. We can call it VDU. That display videos, images and text. It look like a television. So monitors just look like a television. It is made up of circuitry, a screen, power supply and buttons. So all these things are there in monitor. So there are different types of monitors such as CRT monitor, LCD monitor and LED monitor. So these are the three types of monitors that is there. That is very important. So we will see what are these monitors all about. Starting with CRT monitor. What is CRT monitor? So CRT refer to cathode ray tube. CRT monitors are big in size and heavy in weight. These monitors consume lots of power but less expensive. So they consume lots of power but they are less expensive. That is CRT. Next, second is LCD monitor. LCD monitor is also there. So LCD refer to liquid crystal display. The monitor are small and thin as compared to CRT monitors. So this is LCD monitors. They are thin as compared to CRT monitors. These monitors consume less electricity and are lighter in weight. So they are lighter in weight as compared to CRT monitors. Third is LED monitors. Now LED monitors is also there. That is the most advanced version of monitors. See the transformation in technology. First CRT monitors there, then LCD monitor, next LED monitors are nowadays working on it. Okay. So LED monitors means LED stand for light emitting diode. LED monitors look like LCD monitor but after significantly better picture clarity. So in LED monitors you can get better picture quality. That is the main difference between CRT, LCD and LED monitors. Okay. Now we will see speaker. What we can call speaker. I'm hoping so monitor part is clear to you. Now we will see speaker. What does speaker do? So speakers are output device used to listen to music and sound on a computer. So in the speaker we can able to listen sound. Okay. So they can be attached to the computer or can come inbuilt within the system. Speakers are come in inbuilt the system. Okay. So these days we can also find Bluetooth speakers that can be attached with the CPU. Nowadays we can say Bluetooth speakers is also there that is attached with the CPU. Okay. Now the printer is also there. Printer is also a output device. Okay. So a printer is a device that gives output on a paper that can be retained for future purposes. For example, if your teacher has created a worksheet on a computer, she can print several copies and give it to student of your class. These are the different types of printers. So the printers also have different types. To take print, we can use different types of printer. What are they? Let's see. First is dot matrix printer. What's that? Dot matrix printer. So a dot matrix printer works like a typewriter. So it is just like this, a typewriter. It prints characters by striking the ribbon on the paper. It does not give good quality of printing and printing only in black and white. So we can do black and white printing with the help of dot matrix printer. Next is inkjet printer. Inkjet printer is also there. So this printer prints by spraying the droplets of ink on a paper and form the text and graphics on it. It is used for day-to-day and quality printing. It gives better quality of printing as compared to dot matrix printer. So we can get better quality of print in this. Third is laser printer is also there. Which printer? Laser printer. So our laser printer uses laser light and print characters using the dry ink. So with the help of laser printer, it's use the laser light to it. Okay. So the quality and speed of printing of laser printer is very good, but it is expensive as compared to other printer. Of course, laser printer are very good in quality terms, but it is very expensive. Okay. So now one activity is to you. What this activity tells to you? Activity 1. This is activity 1. So identify the devices that can be used in the following situation. So you have to tell first, Anjali wants to watch movie on her laptop. Which device they can use? Of course, monitor. Okay, if they want to watch movie. Second, Anchita wants to take printout of a PDF file shared by the teacher. If they want to take printout, which device they can use? Printer. Okay. Shalini wants to keep a copy of her document in the computer system. Which document they can use? They want to take copies. They can also use print. We can say they can use printer. Okay. Yes, the printer is the most suitable option. Okay. Now we will see some storage device. I am hoping so. Input devices and output devices totally clear to you. Okay, there are some input devices that give input to the computer. Some output devices are there. They give output to the computer. And your computer process it also with the help of CPU. That is Central Processing Unit. Okay. Now we will see some storage devices. What is storage devices and how these storage devices work on? Storage devices are the hardware component used to store data temporarily or permanently in the computer system. It is used to store the data in the computer. So there are two types of storage devices, primary storage and secondary storage. So there are two types of storage devices. First we will see primary storage. What is primary storage? Then we will see about secondary storage. We will see secondary storage from where we can use to store our things. So we can say first primary storage. A primary storage is a medium that stores data for a short period of time while the computer is working. So it stores the data for the short period of time. The data stored in this memory is erased as soon as the system is switched off. This is temporary storage, so they can store the data for the temporary period. Accessing data for the internal memory is faster than other forms of data storage. It can be further divided into two parts. Of course, primary storage also divided into two parts. First is random access memory, that is RAM, and the second is ROM, that is read-only memory. Let's see what are the difference between random access memory and read-only memory. First is RAM. RAM, it stores the data on the temporary basis and is overwritten by the new data. The information stored in this memory is washed off as we turn off the computer. It is called volatile memory. It is also known as volatile memory. Next is ROM, that is read-only memory. ROM is a medium that stores data permanently. It contains program and instruction needed to computer to start. The instructions that are written on ROM cannot be changed or overwritten and can be only read. The information is written in ROM even if the power is switched off. That means we can in ROM the information is retained in it. Okay. So this is the difference between RAM and ROM. Now we will see some secondary storage devices also. So a secondary storage is a device used to store data for a long time until it is deleted or written. Even if the computer is turning off, so they store their data permanently in it. Okay, even the computer is switched on or off. Even if the computer is turning off, the data remain in the storage. It acts as the secondary memory of the computer, because the internal memory of the computer cannot hold the large amount of a data, because primary memory has a limited data. They have limited GB. So the other data will be transferred in these types of devices. Like, let's see some of other secondary devices. First is hard disk. So a hard disk is an essential storage device used for storing data in a computer. It usually installed internally in the computer. Nowadays, external hard disks are also available in the market that are portable. Nowadays, external hard disks are also there to store the data. They can be carried anywhere due to their small size and have ample storage capacity. So they have lots of ample storage capacity, so you can store all your data in hard disk. That is put in the CPU. Next is compact disk. CD is also there. So it is a flat and a round storage device which can store up to 700 MB data. It is generally used for data backup and storing software. Next is digital versatile device, that is DVD. It is a storage device that is usually used to store and view movies and other data. So DVD is used for storing all your important documents. In fact, movies, data, anything you can store. It has more capacity than CD. So they have the more capacity as compared to CD. Next is pen drive. Pen drive is also there. So a pen drive is a portable storage device that can be used for storing and transferring data from one computer to another computer. It can store a large amount of a data. A pen drive can be connected to a computer with the help of USB port. It is known as flash device. We can store all your data in pen drive, in CD, in DVD, in hard disk, and in memory card also. So memory card is a storage device used for cameras, mobile phone or tablets to store your data. So memory card basically it used in mobile phones. We can store images, audio, video using memory card and can be transferred from one computer to another computer. So all these are the storage device. So this chapter is over. So a memory card can be connected to the computer with the help of USB cable. Okay. So all these things comes under input devices, output device and storage device is clear to you. All these points are clear. We will see each one of the thing in depth. What is input devices? What are their parts? What is output device? What are their parts? How the computer process the information and how the storage devices are there. What are primary storage devices? What are secondary storage devices? We're done with all these things. I'm hoping so this chapter is totally clear to you. So that's all, my dear learners. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.